After years of feeling drawn to Africa, Robin Taberner spent a week in the Congo during the spring of 2006, hoping to see if it was the right place for her to serve. Upon her return, she decided to use the picture she had taken to help raise money for her upcoming trip with Wendy Merritt.
So we're going to Port City, Java right now to put some of the photos that I just took when I visited Congo. I just thought it was a really cool way to kind of raise awareness in the community too, just kind of about what's going on there. So basically, I just am going to post this note up next to all the photographs so you get an idea of kind of what they're all about. And basically what the letter talks about is the background of the political kind of situation in Congo, so people get an idea of the severity of the conflict that's been going on there. And basically it just kind of gives a few statistics, like 1,000 people are dying a day because of disease and starvation and hunger, and that's directly related to the insecurity in the country. So it talks a bit about political things like that. My biggest hope is just that it'll draw attention and that people will just be more aware of what's going on there and would just, pray for these people and be just impacted by, what's going on in another part of the world.
The problems in Africa are widespread, many of which have gained global attention in recent years. AIDS, poverty, malnutrition, and violence are simply part of everyday life in many African countries, and the DRC is no exception.
It's hard in a situation like Congo to just outline on a piece of paper, okay, when you get to East Congo, this is what we want you to do.
The main areas that there are to serve in Congo that at least were made clear to me when I was there are the feeding centers, so that's one thing. At this hospital with all these rape victims, some of these women are just waiting for months for their surgeries and nothing's really being done with them. I anticipate it being a lot of relationship building, and just getting to know these women and just hearing their stories and just loving them.
You can see the hatred that just lives inside their hearts, and I know what that feels like. I was raped in college and just having to overcome that. I think that's why I felt so closely connected to this rape crisis thing that's going on in Congo.
Probably, I guess, closest to my heart is those women who are there without anybody from the outside even acknowledging what's happened to them, or certainly not coming in to minister to them in any way.
It's so horrible and it's so ugly, and you've come past it and you understand that Christ really can redeem you and purify you in a way that you never thought possible. You never want anybody else to go through life knowing anything different than the love of God.
In an area like that, really what you're hoping to happen is that God will lead them to groups and to places where they can make a difference.
Safety has always been a concern for Robin and Wendy from day one. This made their decision to move to the Congo even harder, especially for their parents. So what are you doing, Robin?
I'm not really sure. I think this is, I have to sign over power of attorney to my parents in case anything happens to me. So it'll just be if, I'm incapacitated or if I'm on life support or all that kind of stuff, who's going to be the one to make the decisions about, what kind of care I want in that type of instance, I guess. So I have to come see the attorney and get all that straightened out.
But I remember when Robin first said the Congo, just chills went through my body, and my immediate reaction was, there's no way my little girl is going to the Congo.
And it was just this, fear, or just no, there's no way, you're not going there.
The healthcare power of attorney comes into play if you are unable to give consent. But if for some reason you are unable to speak or comprehend, that's when this would kick in.
Okay. So if Robin's dad and I said to the physicians, put her on life support until we have exhausted every possible avenue and had every possible specialist
then that's agree, what they're going to do.
That's what they will do. To me, it is just such a scary, dangerous place, and it took a lot of prayer. It took a lot of prayer and just a lot of choosing to trust God, because I didn't want to trust God.
So here are the travel warnings for the DRC. Unofficial armed groups and active duty troops in parts of the country are known to pillage, carjack, and steal vehicles, kill, rape, kidnap, and carry out militia paramilitary operations. We should be very aware of the fact that we are in physical danger.
She's always been an adventurous person, and I don't think she's afraid to take a risk.
It's been an emotional roller coaster. It's not like you can pick up the phone anytime you want and call her up to see how she's doing.
You're there and you don't know, like when something sparks, you don't know which factions it is at play and you don't know where it is and all that kind of thing. So there's no way to have like, okay, something goes wrong, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
What do we do when war breaks out or something happens, we get hurt, like something happens and we need to get out of the country? Like, should we going directly to the UN?
All you gotta know is something goes wrong, he gets us out. That's simple. And he'll know the details of it more than I can understand.
I'm definitely scared. I'm like really scared. I don't want to be raped and tortured or kidnapped or any of those things. Honestly, I'd rather die.
And if something goes wrong, can Wendy and Robin get out? Can they get across the border?
That's what's happening to all of the women there. And if we just sit back and sit in our place of comfort and just allow it to continue because we're too scared to stand up and say anything, then what type of person would I be?
When you're raising your child, you never think they're going to the Congo to be a missionary. Maybe some families, but not this one.
On the next Congocast.
I don't have anywhere to live. Like, I just sold my house. I just sold like the most valuable thing in your life, you know, to move to the Congo.